Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Purgatorians Cast Interviews. In this series, you will be able to find out more information about the cast, what other projects they are currently working on, as well as their views about their character and the show. Thanks, Logan, for joining us. What was your initial response when you read through the synopsis of the Purgatorians and the cast of characters involved?
When I first read through the synopsis, I thought it sounded interesting. But as I'm 17 and trying to break into the voice acting thing, what really caught me, to be honest, was the fact that on castingcall.club, the website where it was listed, this was one of the few roles that sounded serious, as well as being paid, even if it was a minor fee. And it just wasn't a major opportunity for me. Like, it caught my eye, and I'm like, there's no way I can get this role. I'm not skilled enough, but I'm going to try, because I want to do something like this with my life. And so I went for it, and I recorded an audition, and Paul got back to me a little while later, and I was ecstatic. I danced around my room for a good couple minutes.
Tell us what inspired you to become a voice artist.
I'd always been interested in acting. Since I started high school a couple years back, I tried to do acting, and then I didn't make the school play, and I guess at that time I was more sensitive, and I was absolutely crushed, so I didn't try to do that anymore for a while. But I did a couple roles, like for Flash animations over Newgrounds, and just kind of kept to myself. But I always kept an eye on casting websites, because I just couldn't get the idea of being an actor out of my head. And my junior year, I auditioned for another play, and I got a speaking role, and I was ecstatic. Then shortly after that, my media arts teacher got me an extra role on a TV show, and my friend's mom got me a role on a commercial. And I'm just like, this is amazing. This is what I want to do. But as it slowed down for winter and they weren't filming summer films anymore, I started to feel kind of depressed about it. I mean, I kept busy with my personal life with my girlfriend and all that. It was getting kind of depressing, just having no acting to do. So I turned back to what I used to do all the way back then when I first failed my freshman audition, and I started looking at voice roles. But the website I used to look at them for was kind of slowing down. And then one day, on the subreddit Record This over Reddit, I clicked on a link to castingcall.club. That started all this, and now I'm here and I couldn't be happier.
Is this your first show, or have you done other voice acting projects?
Other than this, I've had roles in a couple brick films, which is what they call stop-motion animations made of Lego. By a company called Dan's Productions on YouTube, and there's one out right now called Batman False Alarm, and he's going to put out more, and I'm continuing to play Robin for those, and that's a lot of fun, because I've always dig stop motion. And I've also been in a commercial for the city in which I live, Columbus, their education plan for a levy. I was also in a TV show episode as an extra, as a student in the 1800s, using the historical village location in my city for a WOSU PBS program.
Can you tell us about the character you are voicing? What do you feel will be the hardest part of bringing your character to life?
My character is Toby Harper, and I don't even know where to start with that. Well, the part that surprised me most about getting the role was I've never played a gay character before, and he is 100% openly gay. And that's going to be a little difficult for me, not because of any personal issues, but just because I want to portray it as accurately as possible without offending anybody. So I'm gonna minimize camp on the voice and just try to bring myself up maybe an octave, but I want him to be a realistic portrayal of a gay male. And he instantly falls in love with Jamie, and he hates Kimberly, calls her skank, a whore, all that, and she thinks she's stealing Jamie away from him. And a lot of this is due to the fact that his mental age is around 12, but he's actually around 22. So I have a lot to work on with this character. It's going to be a really amazing challenge, because I'm playing a character who's a bit slower, but also completely openly gay. So it's going to be a lot different than anything I've ever played before, and it's going to be a ton of fun to try to get into.
If you could have chosen any character, male or female, who would you have chosen and why?
If I could have any character, I'm actually really happy with being casted as Toby, since I think it's going to be a great way to show my range, since he's such a unique character. But if I had to choose a second, I think it would have also been really cool to be Jamie Atkinson, as he's kind of just an all-around good guy. And, I mean, who doesn't want to be viewed from, like, an actor perspective as, like, the nice guy, you know? Like, being the perfect character, you're kind of the ideal person in the show. So I think that would have been really cool too, but I completely understand Paul's decision to make me Toby, since I've always had a bit of a higher voice, and I think I can pull it off.
In your opinion, what separates this show from the others you've done?
What separates this show so much from the other voice acting roles I've had is those were like one-offs. This is going to be like 35 to 45 minute episodes, and they're going to be frequent and seasons, and it's going to be going on for a long time in the foreseeable future. And I think that's amazing. And that's one of the reasons I got into it too, just like having something that I'll be a part of for a long time if everything goes well. And I think that's just amazing.
If your character is to die in the show, how would you most like to see this happen?
I'd like it to be in like a realistic way. I feel like my character has luck on his side sometimes based on some of the conversations I've had with Paul and some story details. But I feel like if he takes him out, I want him to do it gracefully, but I want it to be not over the top. I don't want it to be a plot device as much as a thing that is likely to happen if this were a realistic scenario.
What are your future plans once your role in the show ends?
Once the show ends, I'm gonna keep on acting and voice acting and do whatever I can, because this is what I love to do, and I haven't really been happy with anything else I've tried in my life but this. And to have something that makes me happy and maybe could possibly be a career for me is the greatest feeling I can ever have. It's just amazing, and I'm really happy I got to be involved with this.
Imagine you are your character. Any final words from them for the viewers?
Hi, it's I, Toby Harper, and I really think you'll enjoy the Purgatorians.
Thanks to Logan for joining us, and I wish you and your character every success in both the show and your future roles. If you people at home want to take a look at what other projects Logan is working on, or for more information, please check the links below. If you're looking forward to the start of the show and this has piqued your interest, please do not forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Next week, Samantha Brooke voices Faith Parker will be joining us to give their opinions about their character, the show, and current projects. I hope you will join us. Until then, goodbye.